Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Charles Aloma, and this is the LDM Show, and I'm here with Rev Pura today, and we're here also at the Grandparents' Day here in the Bronx. So it's really good. Little shout out to Grandma, but also we came here to talk to Rev Pura today, mostly about her book today. You want to say the title of your book?
Yeah, I would like to say that the title of the book is The Bronx, Exposing Its True DNA and Breaking the Stigma. And I'm very joyful today to be part of the grandparents of the world and bring a tribute to them as they are being honored, specific parents that are being, grandparents that are being honored here today, and to pay a tribute to the Bronx. You know, and understanding that it is a great and wonderful place to live, and that we want to break the stigma that has existed over the Bronx for many years since the burning of some of the, of course, South Bronx. And that's what my book is about.
Wow, and it's interesting because we're here in the South Bronx, right, 166. I was born and raised 167 right there in Grand Concourse, Sherman Avenue. We have 161st Yankee Stadium. There are many things around here in the Bronx, and like you said, to break the stigma and I guess the stereotype of the Bronx. Tell me a little bit more about the book.
Okay. Well, many years ago, as I was praying for the Bronx, because, I'm a pastor right here, and praying for the Bronx against the statistics and the things that were going on, the current issues at that time, I came across a wonderful revelation of the founders and the pioneers of the Bronx, Jonas Bronx being one of them, Ann Hutchinson, John Throckmorton, who founded Throck's Neck. And the revelation was amazing and became an expose. And for me, a prophetic declaration that the Bronx would be a place of no sede malice. And if you look at right here, in the cover of the book, that's the logo of the Bronx, and it is on all the letterhead of the borough president and every elected official. But few of them know and understand what it means. And so I got the privilege and the understanding to write this book and give its interpretation of what those founders meant, especially Jonas Bronx, when he said that this would be a place of generations that would understand that their DNA was very powerful and very rich, and that it involved honor and fame and hope and not despair, and of course liberty and not bondage, and peace and not violence. And so, believe it or not, that is exactly what the DNA of the Bronx is, written by Jonas Bronx. And the wonderful thing about it is that we're living up to it, and that was the shock. That was the shock for me, to find out that, my God, the penman of the United States Constitution was a Bronxite, and that Morrisania and Morris Park and Morris Avenue, Morris High School was named after him. Most principals, educators, the highest intelligentsia don't know this information.
There's a lot of, we deal with the Historic Bronx Association, and there's a lot of places that the Bronx is known for, but many people do not know. And then Bronx President Burrow Davis, he tries to bring everything out too, and he's doing a heck of a job doing it with the Wall of Fame, the Hall of Fame going on here right on Grand Concourse. So little things like that, Bronx Week, now Grandparents' Day. So there's a lot of things in the Bronx that a lot of people don't know of, and then with the books like yours. But if I want to purchase a book, where do I find one?
You can find the book on BarnesandNoble.com, on Amazon.com, and of course you can also go to Zulon Press, Xulon. That's my publisher, and you could also get the book there. And there are bookstores as well. And I do book signings, and I get the honor to come to schools and do the career days and do graduations and teach kids and of course colleges as well, and youth and young adults, that they have greatness within them. That's the Bronx side. The DNA is very powerful, and that education, culture is part of education. History is part of education, and the history of the Bronx should be taught in the schools. I'm an advocate for that.
Well, that is true, because like I said, there's a lot of things in the Bronx that people don't know of, and they need to awaken up. And people that were born in the 70s, they seen everything that was coming on from now, so they see the changes. But the kids from this culture right now do not know what's going on.
And as you know, identity, as you know, is very important. to a person. So if you don't really know who you are, you don't know your history, you don't know what's in you, it's very difficult, to then express when people like your peer pressure and the circumstances and issues of life confront you. It's very hard then to be able, of course, to be able to say no to those things. So our kids right now are being challenged with their identity, and I think that understanding where you come from and who you are is so relevant. And so I'm very joyful that I got the privilege and honor to write this book as an expose. Now, the key about the book that makes it powerful is how do we address that stigma. For instance, as an attorney, I deal with judges. It's a reality. There's still bigotry, and there is stereotyping, and there still is racism. So when they look at me, it's like, they don't expect for me to be a good attorney. They expect me to, if when I practice criminal law, oh, he did it and she knows it and she's going to make sure that he doesn't go to jail. Well, guess what? As the bigger judge, I'm going to make sure that he goes to jail and she better watch it. I'm telling you, I've been through that.
It's funny how you say that.
I can stand up and say, hey, something good can come out of Nazareth.
Well, there's a lot of things, like I said, that come from the Bronx. Good people, good and bad.
In every city of the world.
And there is a lot of racism. Like you say, you were the attorney. I was a criminal analyst, so I, helped you guys out a lot, and I seen it a lot, and I seen the stuff that goes on. But but the most real about it is because the person didn't know his history, so they get frustrated. I think, and that's where the angers come from, and that's where all the frustration and everything else comes in.
That's why I said this information was liberating for me, coming out of Fort Apache, prostitution, drugs, welfare, violence. So how would I deal with that? How do you confront that? How do you live in an environment like that and come out and survive?
So what is your next step from here? What are you going to be doing now?
Actually, my next step is to be doing what you're doing. Get on television and be a voice, a greater voice on television, and speak to the, I would say my audience could be young people, young adults, parents, grandparents, to understand the heritage of who they are, and also to understand the current issues and the power, that there is power in knowledge. Am I right? There is power.
Well, we need more people like that on the show. We do the show for the community to know. We're on right now, MM and Manhattan Network Channel. We're going to the Bronx Net. So there's a lot of things that we need, but we need more Hispanic people to take involved and represent. Like, I go a lot of places and they like, wow, a Spanish person. Yes, indeed. I'm here. I was born and raised in the Bronx. My family are from Puerto Rico. So we need people like that to say, hey, you know what? Learn your heritage, learn where you're from, learn why they do these things, and maybe you'll get a better, understanding and better knowledge more. And then we need more lawyers, more doctors, and
that's the key right there. You said it. I believe that we need to be a greater advocate of encouraging our kids that there's greatness in them. Tap into that greatness, that talent, that gift, that anointing. Say no to drugs, and know that you can impact, you can make a difference, you can influence in your sphere of influence. You can touch lives. You can make that difference. And I think what happens is that we need models. We need fathers. We need that prototype, the mothers, the grandparents, and people that have come out of an environment and have survived and have tapped into that DNA, that strength, that power, and said, no, that is not part of my DNA, drugs. That is not part of my, illiteracy is not part. Dropping out. But part of my heritage is to influence then my peers, is to influence even our parents who were not educated, who were not able to go to school, that they can feel like, wow, there's hope. I didn't have this, but my children do. I didn't have this, but my grandchildren do. And there's a sense of pride in that, because we want our children to be better. And the Bronx, there's a renaissance in the Bronx, and it needs to be exposed.
That is so true. I wish I could stay here all day and I can have a whole conversation with her, because there's so many things in my mind right now that politicians and the people that know me in my show, political is my agenda, and to get people to understand religion. But you guys got to understand, you're here watching the LDM show. The main topic is know where you come from to understand where you're going to go. That's the whole purpose of everything. Understanding your grandparents, understanding the kids. I think the kids doing what they're doing now today is because they lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding, lack of revelation.
Right. Follow her. Get her book. hit her up, call her, have her in your school, and then sooner or later maybe you'll see her with her own show and she'll start talking. You know, but if you see her in the courtroom, then you better be aware because it's dangerous. I'm Charles Aloma. This is here's the Bronx. Remember, this is where the exposing is. Hey, you've been watching the LDM Show. Let us know what you think about this episode. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We value your opinion, so please let us know.